To me, this is abundance. Being surrounded by so many dragonflies, and I wish that you guys could really see how many are here. It's so cool. I went to get a CAT scan this morning because I have had a sore throat for about 8 years, and that is not an exaggeration. Not a day goes by that my throat isn't sore. But more recently, I've also been getting these recurring sinus infections, hence the congestion in my voice. But anyways, after my CAT scan, I decided to come to this little lake park and do a little walk around. And there are an insane amount of dragonflies here. It is so cool. This to me is wealthy. This to me is rich, to have the time to come out and be surrounded by the beauty that is Mother Earth. I'm gonna walk backwards so you guys can see my face a little bit better. Just to be surrounded by all of the beauty that is Mother Nature, to have the time and the space and the resources to support me being here is what I would consider wealthy, what I would consider rich. What's important to me isn't really, there's a tree there. What's important to me isn't really the amount of money that I'm making, but the freedom in the space and the opportunity that I have to be in nature and to feel relaxed in that and to feel supported in that. Something else that's really important to me is to have a home that is free and clear of allergens, because I have been having so many issues. So that's something that I really want to work towards. And aside from that, just having a home that supports me and the things that make me feel alive. So having a home that allows me to have a creative space and having the time and the energy and the resources to be able to be more creative. So that is what I'm working on. And today I think I'm going to try and find a little spot to sit beneath a tree and just do some sketching to really call in that abundance. So I'm going to share that with you guys, and I'm excited. I'm so lucky, everything is always working out for me. I'm so lucky, everything is always working out. I'm so lucky, everything is always working out for me. I'm so lucky, everything is always working out. I'm so lucky, everything is always working out for me. I'm so lucky, everything is always working out. I'm so lucky, everything is always working out for me. lucky. Everything is always working out. I truly believe that we are what we think, and that our thoughts contribute greatly to our realities. It feels so right to me to be sitting in nature and calling in abundance in this way. But I feel like there has been so much hustle culture and distrust in the universe to provide that there's always this voice in the back of my head saying, like, no, that's not real. You're just deluding yourself, thinking that you can attract abundance into your life just by being still and being in nature. That's not real. That's not how the world works. You have to be hustling. You have to be sacrificing yourself. And that's really a mentality that I want to step away from. It's been really, really challenging because it feels like people around me don't believe what I want to believe, which is that we can attract abundance into our lives when we feel it. And I know that there are some people that do believe that and that practice that, the act of manifesting by feeling what you're wanting to bring into your life, and by having these moments where I feel soft, where I feel relaxed, where I feel like abundance is everywhere and available to me. That is so beautiful, and it's what I want to bring more of into my life. And it feels really right. But like I said, I feel like I'm fighting against the societal programming, even people close to me in my life, thinking that like I'm living in a fantasy world and that this is just not how the world works. But I've experienced the world working this way. I've experienced the magic of letting go and letting the universe take the reins. I've experienced the magic of thinking and then having what I'm thinking of become my reality and to find me in some way. And it's so cool. It's so cool when that happens. I want to keep practicing that, but I'm struggling to hold my own perspectives amidst everybody else's. So that's something that I'm working on internally, is becoming stronger and less able to be swayed from what I feel is right for me and my life. Which isn't to say that like we don't ever have to work hard. I do think that if we want something, that, you know, we can research and we can take action towards the things that we want, but the mindset is so critical. And you can do all the hard work in the world to get you to where you want to be, but if a part of you believes that you don't deserve it, if a part of you believes that it's not possible, then I think that it's going to be really hard for that to come into our lives. And it, maybe not impossible. What's meant for us will be, but you know, those are my 2 cents. So I thought that I was filming this whole time that I was drawing, but apparently I was not. But this is just my fun, light, quick little sketch. I feel like it definitely deserves some color. So I think maybe when I get home later, I'll do some watercolor or some colored pencil in it.